Asante sana mtazamaji, tunakukaribisha. Hii ni Minister Show na tunaelezea watumishi wa Bwana mahali wanaanza, where they start, we discover their genesis na progress mpaka mahali wamefika. Kwa sababu saa zingine injili inakuwa ni changamoto na mtu anajiuliza inakuwaga tu ni hii njia ama mimi ndio nilipitia njia nyingine. Watu wanapitiaga tu hiyo njia because it is promised. Imeweza kuahidiwa utapitia kwenye moto lakini haitakudhuru. Hivyo ndivyo Biblia inasema in the book of Isaiah 43 and verse 2. Inasema hivyo, lakini moto haitakudhuru. Kwa hivyo moto iko lakini haitaweza kukudhuru. Kwa hivyo wewe ambao uko na mwito wa kuhubiri injili, hii ndio kipindi chako. Kuwa hapa kila siku 9:30 mpaka 10. Na usicheze bali, maana tutaweza kuleta watumishi tofauti. Wanatuelezea mahali wametoka na mahali walianzia mpaka mahali wamefika. Na siku ya leo tuko na mgeni wetu wa siku ya leo, na naona kweli amevaa hata tai, naona kama ni mpya. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru Bwana kwa sababu mtumishi ambaye najua ni anaitwa Pastor Joseph Mwangi. Maina ako pale PMI Thika Road. PMI ni Prime Ministries International. Na amehubiri injili pale sana, na kwa sababu sitaki nichukue wakati mrefu kama hajajijua, karibu sana mchungaji.
Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Karibu Champions TV.
Thank you.
Na tunashukuru kwa sababu ya kukubali mwito wetu.
Yes.
Maana najua watumishi wa Bwana huwa wako busy. Kwa hivyo utatazama mtazamaji wetu pale, mkaribisha akiwa nyumbani, mwalize majina yako na mahali unahubiri ndio tuweze kwanza.
My viewer, I'm so much excited and delighted to come to you this wonderful day. It's a blessing to share our testimony, what God has done with us, to encourage you and tell you that with God all things are possible. I'm Pastor Joseph Mwangi, Maina, Reed Minister PMI Thika Road. We are located at Waraka Sports Club, right inside Waraka Sports Club on the big tent. If you get there, you'll find us there. Welcome to the show. I believe this testimony will turn around your life. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you Pastor, kwa sababu ya that warm welcome. Na tunataka tujue Pastor Joseph Mwangi alitoka wapi, alizaliwa wapi, na alianzia huduma namna gani?
Wow. Pastor Joseph Mwangi was born in Murang'a County, Kiharu to be specific, Canberra, Merida sub-location. A place that we would say is the end of the earth. That is where I was born as a young man in a family of 5 siblings, and I bless God that I was born in that family.
Amen.
And to begin with, I didn't begin in the ministry. I think it's good I share a little bit about my testimony from childhood, my childhood experience, because I never thought that any day I can mount up to anything because of my background as a child. As I have just said, I was born in a family of 5 siblings, and my dad and mom were great parents, according to me, at that time when I was in the tender age. But things began taking a new turn around 1991 when I was in class 5. Around 1990, I began seeing things changing in my family. We used to see Dad come home every now and then. My dad was working in town and we were in the village setup. So my dad would come once in a while and we would have great time as kids. But from 1990, things began changing. Dad would not come as we were used to, and we were wondering what is not happening. It went on like that, and it got us to a level where we saw my mom now struggling to feed us. We couldn't understand because we were very young. By that time, I was in class 4. We couldn't understand exactly what was happening, but we could see there was a problem in the family. But it continued to the point that later in 1991, Dad and Mom broke up. Their marriage broke up. And it's unfortunate that Mom ran away from home. And he left my brothers, my 3 brothers and sister, in my custody. And I'm a class 5 child, you know. And mom just ran away. I remember that day vividly in my mind. In the morning, she woke up very early in the morning, prepared tea for us, you know. And she said she want to get somewhere and she's coming back. So for me, I just did my normal preparation for school. I ran to school, only to come back in the evening. Mom has not yet come back. And I tried to ask my grandpa, my grandma, whether they have seen her, and then they said, oh, maybe she's still coming. So we waited, she didn't come. The following morning, Mom is nowhere. The following day, the 3rd day, and we began getting worried.
She left and left all the children there.
She left all the siblings there. My last-born brother was 1 year old and was just left at home. And it is in a village setup. My grandparents were around. But again, as things turned out, the grandparents were not very much supportive. So I became dad and mom at such tender age. At the age 11, I was the father, the mother, and everything. And now when mom left, dad also didn't show up, and he didn't look like he was caring about what was happening with us. So we were like, you know, destitute in the village. And we were a bit doing well in school, and news began spreading, you know, these children that looks like they are bright, they'll not end up anywhere, you can see what is happening with them. And the grandparents also decided they are not very supportive. So I began hustling at that early age, trying to feed these children. I would go to school, and in the evening, as I'm coming back, I would collect the firewood on the way home, then get home, get the jerry cans, go to the river, draw water, come and try cooking for these kids in the evening after school. So they would eat as late as 9, 10, and you can imagine with 1-year-old boy there, waiting for those hours. Weekends is what I didn't want to see coming, because on weekend I had to do the washing and every other bit. So that is a little bit of my early age experience. I didn't know why I was going through that, and I became bitter with my parents. I became bitter with God, because I was asking myself, why is it that this family is not working? Why is it that I'm going through this? So at that tender age, what I didn't know is that God was preparing me for a great assignment in the future. So because through that, I learned to take care of a family at a very early age. I learned how to do some financial management. Once in a while, I would visit my dad. He gives me 200 shillings, and I had to manage the 200 shillings to carry us through a whole month. So I learned to do some saving, to do some balancing here and there at a very tender age. So that is my upbringing. I prayed when I came later to get to know the Lord. I will share about how I came to meet the Lord. But I was so much desiring that my parents would come back together. But they never came back together.
Thank you, our viewer. Na unaendelea kutazama Minister Show. Today we are having Pastor Joseph Mwangi from PMI, the Kalod. And he has also an inspiring story. Na unaweza kuwa mshuhuda kwamba ni vizuri kujua watumishi wa Bwana huwa wanatoka mbali. Kiona mtu anahubiri, ni vizuri kujua there is a testimony behind that preaching. Because inaonekana ni kama training Mungu huwa anawapeleka. Na sasa wale ambao tumeweza kuhoji kwa hii kipindi, inaonekana kwa wazi kwamba hakuna mtumishi wa Bwana ambaye hajapitia mahali. Kwa hivyo tutaendelea kusikiza zaidi vile kuliendelea kutoka kwa Pastor Joseph Mwangi from PMI Thika Road. Tuendelee kutoka pale. Mama hakurudi. Then what happened?
We expected mom to come back. For some time she didn't show up, but one day she came. That was after several months. She came, and she was like just visiting and passing by. It's not that she was coming back to be with us. But when she came back, we were struggling, trying, especially the last-born brother, we were struggling to bring him up. And it had forced one of my brothers to drop out of school, because there was no way we could take care of this young boy and all of us were in school. So one of my brothers, my third-born now, had to drop out of school to take care of this young boy. So when mom came, it was like she was just passing by. My grandparents stood on their ground. They said, even if wherever you are, you're not doing well, you cannot leave this boy here. So my last-born brother was taken away from us, and he went with mom. Just to realize later that mom was really struggling even at that time. When she took my brother, she didn't know even where she was going with him. But God is gracious. She had to find a way of raising up this boy. And when mom did that, my dad on the other side said, now I'm taking care of these 4. And now she can take care of that one. And when dad is saying I'm taking care of these 4, it's not that he's really taking care of us. You know, when mom left, dad moved on and picked another lady. In fact, the bone of contention at that time was somebody else that was encroaching our family. So when mom left, dad had a ground out to bring in a stepmom. So he was in the town with my stepmom, and as we're in the village, mom also has left, she's in town, and life was difficult. Allow me to share with you some early experiences that really has helped me understand that God is good. You know, at that time when my mom is not there, my dad is not there, at times we'd go through very rough time. We don't even have food. At times we would sleep hungry. And I remember vividly one time, I tried to go to my grandmother begging at least for food for the night, for the kids. And she told me in very rough language, she told me, your dad is in town, bathing and eating. Your mother is in town. So I'm not your mother, I'm not your father. I have nothing to do with you. You can imagine that it's now grandma, and she's saying, I have no business with you. And I cried that day. It was an evening. I tried to walk towards my maternal grandmother. It was not a very far distance. I went there, and I remember sitting outside her door. And I cried and told her, Shosho, I have come. Na watoto wanalala njaa. Sitoki hapa usiponipatia chakula. And I remember my grandmother looking at me, and she said, sasa hata mimi sina kitu nitakupatia. And I said, Shosho, I can't leave this place. Watoto lazima watakula. And she went back to her granary. My maternal grandma packed some things for me. I went home, and I thank God that night our kids did not sleep hungry. So you can understand now from that kind of a background the way things were down there in the village. Now, dad would send help once in a while. Sometimes he would not send help, but somehow God was gracious. We managed.
We shall come back there after the break. Naendelea kutazama Champions TV. Kipindi ni Minister Show. Na mimi ni wako, Kinyua Irato. Na taendelea kusikia zaidi kutoka kwa Pastor Joseph Mwangi. Like our Facebook page. Write an SMS to the number that is appearing in your screen. Na talk to us. Talk to us. Give us your views. Hata kama ni pastor unasikia umetoka bali na ungependa pia kushare your testimony with us, just write a message or you just inbox in our Facebook page, Champions TV. Sicheze bali.